Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we have the lovely Jade Sola here with me. Hi Jade,
Hello.
how you doing?
Good.
Good,
Thanks
good,
for coming.
Have you? My pleasure. Um, so yeah, just wanted to talk. Today is the 19th of January, and it's been 4 years since I lost my dad, and I know you can relate because I know you lost your dad last year.
Yeah.
And I've, from all my experiences in all the things that I've gone through in life, I have come to realize that, talking about your feelings and how you feel really does help you to get through, the storms of life. And just wanted to ask how, I know for you it was a bit different because I've like lived with my dad. I mean, I think about my dad like literally almost every day, and I have moments when I'm like, gosh, like how,
I
like how am
know.
I going to get through this? And I just wanted you to just tell me, like, how has it been for you? What methods have you, used to cope, and how are you really feeling?
I think the short answer is I'm taking it one day at a time. And coincidentally, next week is my dad's birthday. So this is going to
Wow.
be his first posthumous birthday. I don't know how I'm going to feel
So
on
that
that
is
day,
January what?
25th.
25th. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So next week,
Yeah.
if I feel great, if I
Yeah.
don't, I'm allowing myself to grieve. And honestly, I didn't take it well. And, it was too sudden. It was too sudden, especially because we had planned to see.
Yeah.
We've not lived together since 2011. Not even like lived together because I was in, that's 2011. Since 2006, actually.
Wow.
Yeah, that's when he relocated and I was still in school. But then he came back to Nigeria for my sister's wedding, and that was the last time I saw him. And we were planning this very big reunion. Literally spoke to him 3 days before, and it was hard. You know, I keep replaying the last phone call, um, and I also had a lot of regrets. Um, and it's just that thing that they say, sometimes you don't value what you have until it's
Yeah.
gone. I hear about people losing their parents all the time, but it's never happened to me. And you just never think that it's going to happen to you. And
Yeah.
I think the first struggle for me was not even, I think obviously the news was jarring. I think it was when I saw like, they created like this WhatsApp group, and then I saw late.
Oh wow. That's like the reality.
Late. I'm like, no, no way. Or when I see like pa something, I'm like, who's pa?
Yeah.
Like, no, my dad was 76, but as far as I'm concerned, it was just my daddy.
Yeah. Like
Still
stay
very young.
forever.
Exactly,
Don't go anywhere.
Yeah, so it's,
Yeah.
it's really tough.
Yeah.
It's
I
really tough.
I can relate. And we have so much in common, like in this instance, that because my dad's birthday would be February 6th. So I don't know about this whole star sign. I didn't say the same star sign.
I actually
I
don't
don't
know.
know. This is Sha. That's his
Yeah.
fourth post
Yeah.
whatsoever. And I everyone's different and we all grieve differently. But my dad's first post
Yeah.
hummus or whatever
Birthday. Yeah.
birthday was tough. It was hard. I was a mess. Like that I was crying. Like I was just like, because he died January 19th and it was his birthday, February 6th, like
Oh.
1 month. I didn't even have time to, so I was just like, no, no, I want my daddy. And and I don't know how you feel, because feelings tend to, bounce. 1 minute you're like, oh, maybe, you know happy birthday, daddy. You can do whatever. You can maybe buy a cake or something and celebrate. There are different ways, but I can assure you that it gets easier in a way over the years.
Really?
And when I mean easier, not like it does, because it's like, okay, 1 year, 2 years. So for me today is 4 years, and I can smile. Like, I literally just shed a tear today. I shed a tear. I was wailing the first year. There's still that thing of wanting your dad in your life.
Yeah.
Regardless of who he is, what he's done.
Yeah.
And I feel like, I mean, you can, from your experience, I don't know, maybe you can tell me, because I haven't been in your shoes, not having your dad in your life for a very long period of time, and how that made you feel before, you guys planned to see.
So we used to talk.
Yeah.
So maybe not every day, maybe not, but we talk, and to a very large extent, our relationship was very good.
Okay.
So it wasn't like there was like
animosity.
Yeah, there was no animosity. I'm still a daddy's girl.
Yeah.
So yeah, but obviously, the memories I have with my dad were from when I was still quite young, so before university. And he made us enjoy childhood. Like, my dad was that person who would
Take it to Mr. Biggs.
No, Mr. Biggs was like
My daddy used
my dad was the one that would play with us in the sand. We would cook rice sand, put stones on it as meat, cut stick or some asbestos roof thingy as spoon, and he would sit with us there and play with us. That was my dad.
Oh, wow.
So the memories of growing up and being a happy child, a lot of it were because of him.
Yeah.
He would indulge us in anything and play with us, ride on his back, and that was excitement for me. So even when I was going to write my tributes and everything, those were the things that I could remember. And they say adulthood is a scam, so I enjoy being his child, and just losing that, it was hard.
Deep. Yeah.
It was hard. Yeah.
I mean, like, there's no one and nothing can ever take, like, I mean, our moms are amazing, but they could never ever take the role of a dad.
Yeah.
In your life. And for me, like, sometimes I feel lost, even in, because I remember, like, before my marriage ended, my dad was like, no, don't marry this guy. And I was like, Daddy, please. I was like, no, like, I was begging him, but he knew what was best for me. But I was just like, so now that my dad is gone, I just feel a bit afraid, like, oh my gosh, like, I don't want to make mistakes, because my dad is the one that sees. Like, my mommy will be like, okay, let's go, I mean, like, my mom obviously still sees, but my daddy is the one that, he's just my daddy. And I mean, I've just tried as much as possible to, channel all that energy to God and strengthen my relationship with God and seeing him as who is my real daddy. But it's been tough, and so I can understand where you're coming from and the journey in which you're going. And like you said, taking it one day at a time is the best we can do. And we just pray that people out there can understand the real importance of being a father in one's life.
Did you have any regrets?
Just funny enough, I was going to ask you that question first.
Okay,
How you asked me first? The question was in my head.
Yeah, I can
Do you have any regrets?
Oh yes, I think I cried more because of our last phone call. So when my dad calls me, our conversation is never short. It's usually like 1 hour, 2 hours. And I have to be mentally prepared to talk to him because we have a lot of debates. oh no, we have a lot of debates, and it was AI that was like, yeah, we were at this.
Was it for AI or against it?
No, obviously it was for AI, but he was doing something, and yeah, it was, and we were arguing a lot about. It wasn't like we were fighting, but my dad doesn't back down, and I also don't back down from this. So we'll be going like this. So he calls me, and then I thought it was my younger sister that was calling me.
With his phone?
No, because my younger sister's nickname is Dida.
Okay.
Yeah. And my dad's name on my phone is just saved as Dad. I don't know, my eyes just saw double D and A, and I thought it was my younger sister. And then as soon as I answered, this was like 8 p.m. As soon as I answered, and I heard my own nickname coming out from the other side of the phone in his voice, I rolled my eyes like, oh my God.
What is this?
It is 8 p.m. I really cannot handle a heated conversation this evening, and why did I pick up? So if I knew it was him, I wouldn't have picked up. I think that was my first regret, because I didn't know that was going to be the last time I was ever going to talk to him.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
By the way, that's a good thing.
The funny thing? We didn't argue on that call.
Oh, wow. Is that the first time?
Well, of late, yeah. We didn't argue on that call, and we will not have waterworks.
No. But it's allowed, because I believe that when you shed a tear, you
that
feel
call,
free.
I just watched 2 of my YouTube videos, and he called to talk to me about some of the topics that I was talking about. And then he was telling me how proud he was.
Wow.
My dad is not a mushy person, so like, he kept repeating it. I'm so proud of you. Continue in what you're doing. And just thinking back, I'm like, was he saying goodbye? Like, why didn't I pick that up? It was an unusual conversation for us. I'm sorry. It was an unusual, conversation for us, but he kept repeating how proud he was, to be my dad. And he was like, one of the AI things he was doing, when I wanted us to test it out, it was not going to convert the call from audio to video. Then I lied to him. See, Daddy, like, my battery is low or something. I'm like, I need to go. This was after like 1 hour, 30 minutes, by the way.
Wow.
Yeah. So I was trying to cut the conversation short. I didn't know that 3 days after, he was going to die.
Daddy. No, it's painful.
So I felt like I took him for granted. That I rolled my eyes on the very last call, and that guilt ate me up for.
I don't know. I'm struggling to. I don't think you did take him for granted, because at the end of the day, children will always be children, right? Like, I know a lot of us will be like, if we know better, if we know that this is the day this person will die, we'll spend every single. Do you understand? I mean, that's how we should live in every day, acting like it's going to be our last. But I think the fact that you're even on the phone for an hour, 30 minutes, Daddy, you should give yourself some credit, because
but I could have seen him.
Yeah, But
I could have seen him, and
well, what would you have done? Would you have taken the flight to Nigeria the next day?
no, he was in the US.
Or would you have taken the flight to US?
No, but at least okay. So
because we have to think
There's-
now, because we need to.
yeah, so I didn't see my dad. It was a closed casket,
Yeah.
so I didn't even see his body. I can't remember the last time we had like a video call.
That 1 hour 30 minutes call, it wasn't a video.
It wasn't a video call. And he requested for us to switch to video, for us to check.
Yeah.
And then I now, do you understand? Like,
Yeah.
it's like, you know,
Yeah.
I could have seen him one last time to see his
Yeah.
smile, or, you know, just see his face. And
You know what? You
Oh.
have great memories of him.
I do,
And
but I needed more time.
yeah.
I needed more time, you know.
Yeah, and that's okay. Life didn't give you that more time, but I would say hold on to those beautiful memories. Like for me, I can't really say I had any regrets. I think the only regrets I'll say I had was all the things that I did behind his back. Because my dad was a writer just like me, and I saw in his diary he wrote something about one thing I did, which he was so disappointed when he found, and I was crying. I was like, I'm so sorry, Daddy. But then, Daddy, we would still do these things. Well, do you understand? Like, if my daddy is calling me, I'll be like, video. Do you understand? But it doesn't take away the love that we have for them. Like, I am almost, like, I'm not, God, but I'm almost sure that your daddy, whoever, if he can see you right now, he will be like, baby, like, don't feel bad. I love you, and I would always love you, and I'm still proud of you. So you need to hold on to those beautiful words that he said to you. Hold on to the memories that he had as a child, and those are beautiful things. And I believe that these tools will aid in the healing process, because I don't know about healed. I know it's healing, and you can carry on with so much hope and so much happy memories. And because there's a thing that regret does, it eats you up, and then you don't even have the time to even grieve. You're just like, oh gosh, maybe I should have. And then you start having anxiety before you know. Maybe when your mom is going, hello mommy.
There's one question I want to ask you.
Yeah.
What's your thought about how we celebrate funerals in Nigeria? I'm going to talk about Nigeria because I don't know about any other.
Yeah,
I don't know how they bury their dead.
Okay, so like my dad, we it was, oh gosh, because we had to go to the village, because my dad requested that he be buried in the
Was it a
village.
Muslim question?
He was a Muslim.
Okay, so it was like same day.
No, obviously we couldn't do this because he was here, he died here.
Oh.
So we had to carry his body, do everything. Like I had to literally do all of that, move the body to Nigeria, then from Nigeria drive the body to the village.
Oh.
So there was all of that, ceremony. And then in the village there was like this thing about the women had to cook, then all the children had to come and give them money, and then different whatever. But I just wanted to just mourn my dad. I couldn't even mourn my dad during the funeral because it was just like one thing or the other.
Was there a party?
There was a party, yeah.
That's where my that's where my challenge is.
So I think it's also like the fact that they see it as a celebration of life.
Yeah, the party.
Yeah.
Like, I made a cameo appearance at my dad's funeral. That's all I can say. From the cemetery,
Yeah.
we went straight to the reception, and you're hearing gong gong.
I know.
And people are like eating, amala here and everything, and people are dancing. I just couldn't.
Yeah.
I just couldn't. I was so sad.
Yeah.
I'm like, how are we able to do this?
Yeah.
I understand that we're celebrating these people, I think
Yeah.
just the partying, it's so normal for me.
Yeah, I get you. I totally understand. No, I understand like the train of thought because like I lost my sister. I lost my sisters. Like there's no way I'll be going to any party. But with my dad, like I didn't stay I can't remember. I literally would like just came and then left. Like I came to the village, then I can't even remember it. I know two of my friends came to support me, and I think for me it was just like, oh my goodness, like then I went to the graveyard, and then it was like it was just you have to be here. They are calling you, child.
Yeah.
These people say do this, and I'm like, what's going on? And then I just left. So I didn't stay. Did I even stay? I don't think I stayed for the party actually. I can't remember. All I remember was I just came back.
Like I left.
I
went to the car in the car park, and I just stayed in the car.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I don't know how I am moving from symmetry to party
to dancing. Like,
yeah, and it was just a lot, and I was like, oh my. Even the fact that we had to like, buy new clothes and everything, wear the uniform. I'd already picked like 2 black dresses that I was gonna wear.
Yeah.
But I understood like my sister's like, no, we're gonna, pick
I think
something.
that's why they say it's like a celebration of life.
I can't.
So like I think it's like, okay, this person has lived this long, they have these children, they have these grandchildren, now they've gone. Let us all come together and celebrate their life that they lived. So yeah.
Another thing I wanted to ask is this, like, what were some of the things that people said to you in trying to console you that was annoying? Because don't get me wrong, like I know it's really hard to know what to say to people.
Yeah.
And people say a lot of things, but I think just saying sorry is all.
It's enough.
Because when I hear things like he's in a better place,
or you don't have to cry, you have to celebrate his life. After all, he lived long.
I'm like, it's in a better place. What is better than him being with me?
It's the Christians now that okay, has God to.
What were some of the other things?
I think for me, I think it was more of people wanting to call me and talk to me. I didn't want to talk. I didn't want to say anything to anybody, and I didn't want anyone telling me that, I mean, I just said it to you, like, he lived a good life. I mean, but I don't want anyone telling me that, okay, he lived a good life, don't worry, celebrate, and all of that. I just wanted to mourn my daddy. I just wanted to, and I think I managed to do that when I came back and I was on my own because I was alone. And then we just went into COVID. So my mom was still stuck in Nigeria and I was alone, just myself. And then I was going through a lot of grief because I was just like, I just finalized, I was going through my divorce at the time. So, and then I was like, oh my God, like, I just wish
a lot.
Oh God. And then the worst one was that my daddy died. And then I was summoned to court like the next day.
Oh. For what?
For my ex-husband, he summoned me to court, and I was like, really?
I guess that one is
like
for another day.
Definitely another day. So, and
wow.
Yeah, it was just, I appreciated I'm here for you if you need anything. I'm so sorry for your loss. Which ones did I not appreciate? I don't think
there was one. And I probably heard it maybe 2-3 times at the funeral. It's like, oh, I know you would have wanted him to be there on your wedding day.
Oh my goodness.
That irritated me.
People are so
much.
Oh gosh.
that I was just like, if I hear one more person talk to me about marriage while I'm trying to mourn the loss of my dad, I'm going to lose it.
So.
I'm going to lose it. I'm like, do you think that that's what I'm thinking about right now?
Like walking me down there, like seriously.
I just want him to get up, tell me it's all a lie, give me a hug.
But you know our African people now.
You know,
that's
like,
what they worship. They worship marriage. Like marriage is like, hey, and a lot of people are in marriages that they want to die in there.
Let's go,
marriage is like so. I can imagine like they didn't even have opportunity to tell me down because they walked me down there. So there was no, and even if like I don't know, but yeah, that's a no. Like that's not it. But in all, I still, I thank God like that we had the opportunity to even have some memories to hold on to.
Yeah.
And for you, even if it was like way before and not in adulthood, but at least you still have something. My daddy never really played with us. He was more like his street daddy, but he shaped me, to be who I am today, even with his strictness and his wisdom and just knowing that I'm loved.
Yeah.
And my daddy was someone who always like affirmed me. When I have like confusion, and sometimes I even be like, what's wrong with me? I'm your child. Like, I know nothing is wrong with you. Like, you are perfect the way you are. I'm proud of you. My daddy just always used to champion me about my business rules, managing money. My daddy was like, and he helped me a lot, and I thank God for the time that I spent with him. And I know I'm not lost, but I do feel the emptiness of not having my dad.
How does that make you value your mom more? Because I realized that, if I placed my mom here before, my dad passed, she's like right here.
Yeah.
Right now, like, apart from the fact that she's also the only living parent that we have, so no more grandparents.
Yeah.
Daddy's gone, and then it's just her, like, it's very different.
Yeah. I mean, my mom, I've always like cherished her, like even now, like she lives with me. So like, even when people are like, you married, I'm like, oh, I'm going through it, but I won't have it any other way.
Yeah.
Like, I'm glad that I get to live with my mom in her old age, and I get to spend time with her, and we travel together.
That's lovely.
Yes. So my dad didn't like traveling, so he was like, every time I'm like, Daddy, let's travel. Like, no, save your money. But now I get to like travel the world with my mom, and it's I can't even imagine.
I know.
You imagine, hey,
That's great.
I will not even do it again. I'm like, God, oh yeah, now, like, but these are the things that happen. Like, these are part of life, and yes, I do cherish my mom more and appreciate her more, and I'm just thankful that I get to like live with her, and I'm spending my everyday with her most times anyway, when I travel by myself. But yeah, losing my dad, and even for her too, it's been so, because my dad was everything to her, so she's also grieving, so I have to find a way to put my own grief aside and try to be there for her. While in some cases it's the other way around. The mom tries to be there for the child, but in my case I have to be there for her because she's also lost her 2 daughters.
Were your sisters still alive when your dad passed?
No.
Oh no.
No. So one of my sisters died in 2010, the other one 2016, my dad 2020 January. Yeah. So there's been a lot of grief and stuff, and for me, it's just really been God and having a really good support system, and good friends, good people around you, good family members. Like, I just thank God every time, because I really don't know how I would have survived.
I don't know how you are. Like, I've only lost one person.
The worst one was the first one, which was my sister. Like, that one, like, I think, like, that literally, like, changed my life. like change my life like this. But now, as I'm going on, I'm trying to gain strength, trying to, hold on. And not just that, like I've faced a lot of disappointments, and I'm just like, you know what? You can't come and die.
You are a strong babe.
What
like,
don't kill you gotta make you stronger.
You're a strong babe.
My dear, my strength is from the Lord.
That phase of, oh my gosh, there's no time, life is short, let's do what we need to do, let's stop, why do we, beef people, like what is it, like let's just
and
love
then
and be
loved.
On the other side, I'm like, what is the point of like, yeah, like really, like what was the point of all this hustle?
Everybody does your day.
Yeah, like what is the point? And then on the other side, I'm like, oh, what if you say you're not going to live long and then you now live till they're 150? How do you want to live?
You get what kind of prayer is like cost, but
yeah,
I understand.
It's like, if you don't hustle now and then you now live to, your teeth, everything is off, and you have to still feel like you're living well. It's been a long time. I'm just like 8 months into this, and it changes you completely.
Oh yes, It one thing I can say for sure is if it does not break you, it will make you strong.
Hey,
and it can break you, my dear. It can finish you KO knockout.
I know.
Because it's like I don't like, what's even my essence of living? Like, I don't understand what's my purpose here. Like, this is, but in all of it, you have to still like discover your purpose, because at the end of the day, we're all still born one individual.
I know.
Individual. Father is separate from daughter, separate from mother, separate from brother, separate from sister. Everybody, you answer yourself. Only you. So we have to, make an impact, love, share everything, but at the end of the day, we still have to go down to ourselves and know what is my purpose here for living, and what am I here to give, because I believe that there's more blessing in giving than in receiving. So my mindset now is, what do I have to give? What am I giving my neighbor? What am I giving Jade today? What am I giving my viewers and people that are listening? What am I giving you from my story? What am I sharing? So I am valuable. So even when people leave me, like, I'm not just like, but I have so much to give. Like, why are you not liking yourself? Because if it's me, I would want to collect all these things I have to give. So that gives me strength in itself, that, I have so much to give. I'm not just here to collect from you, collect your love and collect your, so that helps me get through the disappointments, the loss, the grief. And when I look back at my sisters, like when I look at our messages, it was so beautiful. Like we had myself and my sisters, we had amazing relationships. And we'll be fighting. No, don't worry, I'll get it for you. No, I'll get it. Before you know it, Saudi wants this Starbucks coffee. I just always wanted to give. My sisters just always wanted to give. And, it was just a beautiful relationship for me. And I look back and I'm so thankful. Even with my daddy, when my daddy passed, I found all the things I bought for him, all the expensive things. My father did not touch it. It's like, don't be wasting your money. Don't be wasting your money. Keep your money to yourself. And my dad, God bless him. My daddy was very stingy. I can't go like this. Then in secondary school, he will give you 500 and I will tell you that you should write everything that you use it for and bring back change. Man, but when he passed away, my father's will, I was like, this man is the man you be. As in the way he designed his will, this to this, this to that, this. I didn't even know the things he had before. I was like, wow, all his shares divided amongst his children. My mom, he gave her all his bank. I was like, I thought they have this kind of money and it not give up.
It's good, I think that preparation as well.
Yes,
it's good. I have one question now. Do you have a will?
I don't have a will, but I had an appointment in, was it December, with somebody told me to do weed. I did not make the appointment. So I was like, I was like, hey, hey, let me not come and die. Is that fair? But it's a lie. It's a lie from the devil. Because I did have an appointment because I have 2 kids. So, and I'm divorced. So I don't want to remember. I will not come and hear my debts that somebody was supposed to take. Because I want to be. I believe I'm valuable, even though my money in my bank account is not plenty, but I'm valuable. So I don't want to show anybody if I die, my children will suffer, and then one other person will carry my money. No, so I have to make sure. So I did have an appointment, and you have just reminded me that I need to call them back and reschedule. And that doesn't mean I'm going to die.
Yeah, I think when I got my investment property, and
well done, by the way.
Thank you. The solicitor was asking if they could, offer me that service, put it on my will and everything. And I was like, what, just wait. Let's just finish this one first, because really, it's something we don't talk about.
Yeah. And it's very
it feels more like you are
wishing death upon yourself or upon the person.
It's not what it is. Even like learning about, those are some of the things that I plan to look at this year. Obviously the will, and also power of attorney.
Of course, when you are capable of making decisions
and all of those things, and even like things like life insurance and stuff. These are things that we don't really talk about, but they're very good investments, or at least things that you should know or start to learn about. How do you even leave things for your kids without giving them problems?
You
give them an asset. You give them an asset. Even taxes, like how do you transfer wealth from yourself to your kids, and your kids don't have to pay
for it
a lot of taxes and all of those things. So these are things that we need to start to learn. We're getting to that age where our parents are now elderly, and I don't know if I can ask my mom if she has a deal.
My mom fought me one time. She was very upset that day. I know, because there was something that there was not an agreement between me and my brother because of one thing, and I was not like, better write it now that it's my own. Since you have given me, she was like, what do you mean? What do you mean? Sorry, don't be angry. Because I was like, you have not made it clear who owns this thing. You've given me now, but it's like my brother is the one that is in charge. But it's like, how can you? I was like, let's just make it clear clothes. That I write it that it's my own. And I was really just, thank God my daddy was alive then. My daddy always understands me. So when I went to report, my daddy was like, no, now that's not what she means. How can she? You know what? You want to kill me? I was like, oh my mother.
It's a difficult conversation.
As in, I was so heartbroken. Like, come on. But my daddy understood me, so he was able to explain it to her. So I did. So African, I don't want to, because it took me, I don't know how long it took before we even settled the matter.
Yeah, because you find out that sometimes someone dies and no one knows what they have, or who's owing them, where's everything, like nobody knows.
Especially debt. That's another thing, like being in debt. And then maybe you die, and then they come and, because it's easy for them to come and carry you, that come and pay the debt of the mother. But it's not easy for them to come and say, you already left. Exactly. £1 million, so it's things that we really need to discuss. And I think as a family, it's important to do these things, but these days, these are hard talks that people get sentimental about, especially Africans. Talk about it now, they'll say, deja vu. Is it me? Even me, that I'm very enlightened like this. I said not go for that appointment, but I'm like, hey, am I wishing upon myself? But I have sense. So it can be unconscious. So
you don't have kids.
Thank you. I have two.
So you have kids.
So I have to do it.
I don't have any kids, and obviously I'm thinking like, okay, so like
if anything happens,
my sisters are the ones that I would like to leave anything for. But we're going to be 150 years old together.
Actually, no, in fact, we won't even use walking stick. By then, we'll be eating. Have you not seen that program about people that live up to how many years in Japan?
I know.
It's by just having, like I was just saying the other day to my friend, and she was like, we're getting old. I was like, choose me. I'm not so old though. Me, I'm forever young.
Yeah.
I'm young, and it's about, how you feel about yourself and the affirmations you give yourself, because life is hard.
Yeah.
Daddy,
Tell me about it.
this adulting.
I know.
It gave me a number of numbers.
You need to do another video.
Oh yes.
On adulting.
Oh
and
yes.
the scam that it can be.
But I thank God in everything. I thank God for strength. I thank God for hope. I thank God for still, that resilience. Like, see, as in, you see that one inside one, just coming out of one, or about to enter one. So that's just life. But the most important thing, we need to keep it, keep it steady, keep it happy, keep it, and just enjoy yourself. Me, I like to travel. I said, no matter how broke I am, I will still book. My heart cannot break, and enter inside. I will not go on holiday. No, but I still prioritize my well-being and all that. And now that I have children that are depending on me, I don't have a choice. But yeah, thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you.
And I pray all the dads out there, they do better, and then people who have daddy issues, like God heals them and shows them the right thing to do, is to make that call on video
Please
and
do.
see your daddy and talk to him, because DNA is DNA.
Yeah.
Like, there are things you do, you realize, wait, I'm doing it like my daddy. Because see your daddy, even with me, like, sorry from daddy, like my children, like, I still realize the importance of their father in their life, regardless of how I feel towards the man. Like, your relationship with your father is your relationship, and you are entitled to that.
Yes.
And me, even though I don't want to see your father, you are allowed. Like, so I want to create that avenue, which is also a very difficult thing. It's hard.
Yeah.
But you have to do what's best for your children, right? You're the one that put yourself inside this problem. You have to face the consequences. So I just pray that more people out there gain that strength to be able to forgive.
Very important.
And leave. Like, let's
Very
leave.
important.
We cannot come and die because one person break our hearts. I mean, there's some odd situations of abuse and stuff. Obviously, you run away from a father that abuses you, but if it's just a case of absence or whatever, I think it's still, if the father will not reach out, at least you reach out and yeah.
Because a lot of times behind all of that, there's a lot of love, and when I think about how I grieved for my dad, like I want to argue with him for 5 hours now, and that was our way of connecting, and but it's been good. Thank you so much.
Make you feel lighter
Thank you.
and better.
One day at a time.
One day you'll be fine.
Thank you.
And I'll be fine. And we'll all be fine.
Thank you.